So what's so amazing is the timing of the Mass Economic Blackout flows perfectly. It's in perfect harmony with the Lord's Feast of Dedication celebration, which is his ordained annual celebration that honors him. Yes, indeed, our people are becoming more and more unified every day. U.N.I.T.Y, U.N.I.T.Y, that's a unity. U.N.I.T.Y, U.N.I.T.Y, that's a unity. Glory to God and much love to our Black people.
We gotta plant a seed for the future. Even if we never live to see the shade. Even if we never see the shade. We gotta plant a seed for the future. We gotta plant a seed for the future. Even if we never get the glory or the praise. We gotta plant a seed for the future. Plant a seed for the future. Even if we never live to see the shade. Even if we never see the shade.
November 25th. November 25th through Tuesday, December 2nd, we want to show our power to boycott corporate entities, big box, and publicly traded companies on that week. No spending of any kind. African Americans contribute $1.8 trillion in spending in 2024. I'm gonna say it again. $1.8 trillion in 2024. So let's spend our money wisely and let's let our voices be heard.
From November 25th, 2025, this year, to December 2nd, they're calling it a mass blackout. Not a march, not a protest, no signs necessary. It's 1 week where we pull our dollars out of the system and see what happens when the economy feels the weight of our absence. Because we've marched, we've begged, most of us voted the right way. And now we're just gonna sit back and test the one thing this country truly worships: money. See, this isn't the first time we've tried this, right? Economic boycotts have always been the heartbeat of real change, from Montgomery to Operation Breadbasket. When the buses lost money, segregation fell. When companies realized ignoring Black consumers meant losing profit, they started hiring, promoting, and pandering. History has already shown us that pulling our dollars hits harder than any speech, any march, any protest ever could. The timing isn't random. Black Friday is the biggest spending weekend in America. Billions get poured into corporations that barely reinvest in the communities that made them rich in the first place. So from November 25th to December 2nd, the goal is simple, okay? Buy nothing that doesn't circulate back into us. You hear me? Support small, support local, support Black. Because when we withhold our dollars, we remind this country that we're not just consumers. We are the economy. It's about shifting power and realizing that every dollar that we spend is a vote for the world that we live in. They've ignored our voices. They've ignored our pain. Let's see if they ignore our absence. We're not asking anymore. We are shutting this shit down, okay? No spending. If you do need something, make sure you go to farmers market, support small businesses. There's a ton of places that you can go to make sure you support the right people, not corporations. We are done. We're done.
Prepare for impact. In keeping with the Black power spirit of the economic blackout, we're asking all boycott participants to purchase your necessary essential goods, that's your groceries, your personal care items, etc., only from community-owned stores and small markets leading up to and after the blackout dates. And whenever possible, be sure to shop at stores that are Black-owned only. This helps to preserve our economic dollars within our local communities and to prevent spike spending before and after the blackout. Doing this will sustain our intended powerful financial impact and it keeps money out of the mega businesses' pockets. The ones that don't care about us, it keeps it out of their pockets and more of it in our pockets. Now, this is a coordinated national and global pushback for maximum local impact. We're talking about a global movement to peacefully shut down the economy, reclaim the black dollar, and snatch back consent from these corrupt worldly systems. Our mission is to starve national greedy corporations of their revenue, to feed our black communities. Every dollar is our vote. Every dollar is your vote. These are the kind of things that we want to do. You want to buy necessities only from local black or brown owned businesses first. And for the days during the blackout that do not fall on a Sabbath, you're encouraged to cook at home and use what you already have. Shop farmers markets, corner stores, and independent pharmacies to get whatever else you need. Support local services, barbers, nail techs, mechanics, bakers, bookstores in your local communities. Buy secondhand, repair and reuse, share and swap with like-minded friends and neighbors. Use public transit, walk, bike, and carpool to get to where you want to go. Spend time in nature. That's good for your mind too. Declutter, gift, or sell unused items. Donate to mutual aid or local nonprofits. Bank with a community bank or credit union. Unsubscribe from retail emails and push alerts. This is going to help you majorly, especially during the blackout, because you don't want them in your ear talking about they got a sale for this and Cyber Monday. No, shut all that down. Block, delete, unsubscribe. That's going to protect your mind, help keep your mental together. Tell a friend about the blackout. This is about community over personal convenience. Together, we are very powerful against these heathen nations that are coming against our people. They're going to hear us whether they want to or not.
This holiday season, we're doing something different. We're turning the lights off on brands that don't respect us. From November 25th to December 2nd, we're doing a massive economic blackout. Our money talks louder than words. We're skipping Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Home Depot, Starbucks, Hobby Lobby, and Amazon, to just name a few. And just so y'all know, as I have an Amazon store, and even I'm not posting my links during the blackout, I'm standing on what I say. We're keeping our dollars where they matter. This isn't about being petty. It's about showing corporations we notice and vote with our wallets. Share this video, tag 3 friends, and commit to the blackout. Let's show them the biggest statement is where we choose not to spend. We're not just consumers, we're a movement. If you're in, stay tuned, stay informed, and let's do this blackout in style with grace.
That's USA Today making a small clip about the the block party that's taking place in less than 2 weeks.
We have a very urgent message. The People's Sick Day have chosen dates. That's right, everyone. It's go time, and I need everyone to help me spread the message. But there are some things that changed, and I'm going to tell you why. From the beginning of us calling the people sick day, we have said that we are going to do a 3-day economic and labor blackout. We wanted to shut down for 3 days, and we only wanted to give a 48-hour notice. Of course, we thought this is the most strategic thing to do. They don't see us coming. We only give a short amount of time. We wait until we get enough people to make the impact that we need, and then we call the dates. But let's be honest, look around you. Shit's moving, and it's moving fast. Other organizations are calling dates for November 25th to December 2nd, and we decided that that is the time we need to move as well. We have to set our egos to the side. Everyone needs to be doing this at the exact same time. So we push all of our egos to the side, and we are joining up with those dates for the most impact. That is the goal. If we don't stand up and do something, millions of people are going to be without food. Millions of people are going to be without health care. This is not getting any better. So it's time for us to take action now, united, no matter what. Even if it's not done the way that we wanted it done, we get it done. So everyone, spread the word far and wide. It is time to take the organized labor blackout. Now it's time for every other organization to jump on board. We don't have any more time. So this is a call out to not only help spread the message, but to hold these other organizations accountable. It's time to make the move. Every content creator, every person with a platform, if you're not picking this up and you're not pushing this message, why? Why are you not joining us? Time is running out. You know it. I know it. So let's go.
What's up, fam? Trev here, one of the Gots to Do Better brothers, and I am here in support of the blackout, trying to do what we can. We are not going to nail it 100%. As the Gots to Do Better brothers, our moniker, we just got to do better, do the best we can. So today, some people may not know, we just moved to a new spot. It's going to be a hard community spot, so look out for that. But in the meantime, I have to buy supplies, have to buy, you know, when you move, you got to get a lot of things. And plus, in anticipation of this, for this blackout, I am buying the week before, because you don't want to buy that week if you can't. You don't want to work that week. There's a bunch of things that you don't want to do, but we are being realistic here. Do what you can. And in anticipation of that week, I am buying what I can in advance and trying to buy local when I can. So if you see right out here, I was just at Miguel's Latin Market right here, which is one of the groceries on our platform, thevalueexchange.org. And but I'm doing what I can. So before I came here, I went to Walmart, and I'm gonna show you what I bought. Some of the things I bought. We have on our Discord where we are making a list of things that we bought and things that we're buying independently, things that we bought more commercially and things that we bought independently on our Discord. Go to thevalueexchange.org if you want to join that group, a collective effort. So on this side of the van, of the car, is Walmart, which is a lot of stuff, admittedly. And on this side is Miguel's Latin Market. The good thing is that I did get a 20-pound bag of Madame Gugos enriched extra long grain rice. I've been wanting to try this for a while. It's been on the site for a while. I love the packaging. So I'm gonna have that, but I'm gonna get a bunch of these for other reasons, not just for this blackout, but if inflation really spikes and goes out of control, you want to stock up on certain things, canned goods, grains, etc. So I'm starting my stock now. I'm gonna just have this stored away. I also got my favorite snack, which I would usually buy this at Publix or Walmart. So this is one that was an easy one to do. I bought the Chiffles original plantain chips. I almost cleared out Miguel's. I took off most of their stock from that. Miguel's also has, so here's one of the dilemmas. One of the companies that we're not trying not to support is Goya, right? But at the same time, I have to go low sodium, so that my options are limited. So Goya black beans, but what I did do is I didn't buy it from Publix or Walmart as I usually do. I went to McWell's and I bought it here. The black beans, so I couldn't go all out. I did what I can. I gotta keep my salt low. So I did that. Also got the bananas here. Right here. They got good produce here. But I'm not gonna lie, I bought some bananas at Walmart too, because sometimes I come here and the best is already gone. So now from Walmart I got things that I couldn't get anywhere else. So the bananas. I got, not that I couldn't get anywhere else, that would have been a little difficult to find. I need some rugs for the bathroom racks. I could have gotten Bounty somewhere else, but it's hard. I couldn't get it at McWell's. McWell's has paper towels, but they didn't have the sizes that I need. I need this for my pops, concerner. I could only get that on Walmart, Amazon, etc. So I just bought them at Walmart. That's for my pops. Trash bags I got here. And the water. Water is why I messed up. I could have totally gotten the Walmart here at McWell's, but I don't know why. Yeah, I messed up there. So there you go. You can't be perfect. Anyway, just me checking in. Support the boycott. It's from November 25th to December 2nd. Do what you can. Economic activism is really the only way to hear our voices. So gather around. Let's all get down, y'all. Let's all get down with this boycott. And we are the value exchange. We are redefining how we perceive, exchange, and distribute value. So let's see what you got. Post what you're getting. Let's make this happen. Even if we don't get it 100% this time, we are flexing our muscles. We're flexing our muscles. You know, the next time will be better. The next time will be better. So that's it from McWell's Latin Market. McWell's Latin Market. Give them a shout out. McWell's Latin Market right there. There you go. Go to thevalueexchange.org if you are in Tampa area and you want to support them. You can order online. You can get one item free. And look out for some of the events we have coming up. They're going to be about community. And we're going to have a kind of a post-blackout day, December 7th. So look out for that. Anyway, my name is Chubb, one of the Gots to Do Better brothers. Until next time, peace and blessings.
So I saw a lady on here, and she was saying from November the 25th to December the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be something called a massive blackout. That's where we take our money and we just keep it in our pockets. Did y'all see what y'all did when y'all boycotted Walmart, Target, Hulu, Disney World? Well, imagine what we can do when we come together and just keep our black dollars in our pockets. Because as y'all know, that's what the world worship, those dollars. I mean, some of us, we have to have money to live. And then some of it, some other people, like the people that's in Trump administration and the other people that got money, they ain't doing nothing but abusing that money. Just, they get to throw away their money every day while we down here trying to figure out what our next move is going to be. So, from November the 25th to December the 2nd, keep your dollars in your pocket. Let's show the world. Like, by not, we all should be tired of this bullshit. So, remember, from November the 25th to December the 2nd, we keeping our what and our what?
You can't keep scrolling because we have an action. The People's Sick Day has released their dates, and we are aligning ourselves with other movements who have also released the same exact dates. And now it's time for you to hold your favorite creators responsible. There's a lot of people out here claiming to be activists, claiming to be community leaders. Well, let's have them put their money where their mouth is. Every organization that's out there calling themselves an organization for the people, it's time for you to stand up. This is the mission. Complete economic and labor blackout starting on November the 25th, going all the way to December the 2nd, and farther if we need to. Anyone who is not supporting this, can you really trust them? Anyone who's not backing up a blackout, Should we be listening to them? You see it all up and down your timeline. Everyone knows what we need to do. And here is the dates. Initially, we wanted to wait. We wanted to take them by surprise. But what we also see is that it's going to take unity. And that means making a sacrifice and putting egos to the side and not worrying about your plan and jumping on with people who are already organizing. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take all content creators getting on the same page. It's going to take all organizations announcing the dates at the same time. So let's go. Pressure every single content creator you know, every single person who puts the news out, who says they're against the Trump administration. Lock in. This is the plan. This is our No Kings 3.0. Let's go.
I'm giving y'all the one last chance. If the government's going to take away SNAP benefits, we should take away their dollar. Mass Blackout, November 25th to December 2nd. I've reposted videos on this topic if you need more information. But all the simple stuff is given right here. No work, no spending, no restaurants. Emphasis on no restaurants, no DoorDash. Baby, pick out some recipes and cook for a week. No Black Friday. No Christmas spending. Just stop. This is literally the last damn I have to give. If people can't participate in this, if this makes no motion, I give up. I don't think that the rest of the world should. I don't think me giving up is even the end, but I give up all my hope for others. This is what people should be doing. This is what people should be thinking about. This is what people should be preparing for. This is all that should matter for a while. This form of protest that I've been saying needs to happen. I've been saying this needs to happen, and people are organizing now. November 25th to December 2nd, an economic blackout protest. No work, no spending, no restaurants, no projects, no events, no non-essentials. Just stay home. Relax. Be with your family. Be with your kids. Be with your cats. I'm begging you, just don't go out and buy anything. Please. You don't need it. There's not a thing you'll need. Get all the food beforehand. Prepare all the protesting beforehand. You have the time. Pay attention.
Mass Blackout. I can honestly say I agree. The black dollar, the immigrant dollar, the alien dollar that fuels this country, that is the way we let this present administration know that our dollars move this country. We don't need to march. We don't need to protest. We don't need to sign petitions. We need to speak the language they understand. Money. So what I want you guys to do from November 25th to December 2nd, don't buy anything that does not help your community. Don't go to Publix, Walmart, Target, BJ's, any of those major brand white-owned companies that don't respect us but benefit from our dollar. I think this is one way we get them to understand the power of the blacks, the illegals, the immigrants that fuel this country. See, they don't respect anything else. The only thing that white folks, the establishment, seem to understand is money. And we need to let them understand that while we individually don't have a lot of money, we collectively have more money than they do. So let's show that strength. We're going to do a blackout. They already started the movement over, and I need you guys to support it. We understand that. I truly understand that every white person is not a part of this, but enough of them are to affect the change. So we need you guys, because we understand that white people have always fought alongside us. And for those that have done it throughout the generations, we appreciate it. And we're asking you to do the same thing again. Just stand with us. You don't have to do anything. You don't need to do anything. But specifically to the blacks, the Latinos, the Hispanic, the Asian, the immigrants community, I'm asking you guys, don't spend anything with none of these businesses unless it benefits you or your community. Hit me back, man. Let's do this. Let's show them that unified, we are as powerful as they are.
Hey all, let's get right into it. Okay, so I know that you know from November the 25th until December, I'm gonna get the dates correct, but I just wanted to jump on and let you know that if you try to put in your search about the November 25th, you know what it is, what we're doing, we're shutting it down. If you put that in the search, you'll get a disclaimer about a community guideline. Yeah. Community, going against community guidelines. Just in case you go looking for things to pass along, it's saying that it could be a community guideline violation. But there's more than one way to skin. I won't do that because of cat owners, but there's more than one way to get the word out. You know exactly what we're referring to is going to be in mass, and it's going to be like the color of my sweatshirt and outside. Okay, so spread the word to all your friends, family, foes, whoever. We're not spending a dime. So whatever you need, whatever you feel that you need and cannot live without, be assured that you get it prior to November the 25th. Okay, so handle that accordingly. It's not that serious. Most of us have more than what we need. And we don't really need to be spending anyway. Save your money. Here's an opportunity and a reason to do so. Okay? Okay. We'll talk soon, but I wanted to jump in and say that. Hear me. If you want something to do or you need a reason or a cause to get behind, here's your chance. We're talking about humanity and humankind and coming outside of ourselves and thinking about others, right? Okay. Thank you for listening. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Smooches.
The government shutting down food assistance for millions of Americans means one thing and one thing only. They want us to shut down our wallet. They want us to shut down the system. So we are. Listen, I know you may have some questions, so here's some frequently asked questions that we've already been hit with that I like to address. Why are we giving them dates? I'm gonna be honest with you. We thought doing that was not the right move, but we need unity, and that's what's most important. At the end of the day, the dates won't matter if we all lock in and do it at the same time. Doesn't matter if we give them the master plan if we don't care anyway. Second thing is, why are we waiting so long? Let's start now. And the answer to that is, go ahead. Start now. Lock the fuck in. If you want to start now, do that. Everyone's not prepared for that, so we're giving people time to prepare. You have until November the 25th. Another frequently asked question is, what happens if we already made plans? What happens if we've already spent money? What about the holidays? And to that, it's going to be simple. Cancel them all. Jimmy Kimmel would have never got back on air had it not been for millions of people canceling their subscriptions, canceling their family vacations, even canceling their weddings. So let's keep it a stack. You're going to have to cancel that shit and participate. It just is what it is. Everyone's going to have to be uncomfortable. People are also asking, what about our jobs? What happens if we lose our jobs and can't pay our bills? This is why we need everyone to participate. They can't fire us all. And we're about to take some heavy risk here. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I'm not scared, but at the end of the day, I know we need to lock in or we're really going to be in trouble. Do we have demands? Absolutely we do. A uniform list of those demands are coming out soon, but I can assure you, one of them is going to be to remove this man from office. A lot of people want to know about mutual aid and how they can lean on the community in case they do lose their job. And there are plenty of mutual aid groups out there. GSUS, 5501, among a lot of other ones. Get with your local food bank. Get with your local church. Look up programs now for assistance with rent. We all had to figure it out during COVID, and we will figure it out again. The bottom line is the blackout has to happen. Are we taking donations? The People's Sick Day is not taking donations. So if you are willing to work with an organization who is, make sure that you double check that and only donate if you truly trust that they are doing the right thing with your money. We're not taking any money. That's just the bottom line. We're not going to sell you any merchandise. We are only here to collectively take the blackout. Question we get asked a lot is, what if we can't take off? If you can't take all the days, try to take some. If you can't take any, come in late. If you can't come in late, leave early. If you can't leave early, do very little work while you're there. And if nothing else, Don't spend any money at all. If you need to shop, shop before and shop small. Small businesses only. Do not use big box chains to purchase anything before the blackout. The blackout is exactly that, a complete blackout. That means no spending, no shopping, no working, no going to school, no streaming services. Shut that shit down too. And if you must spend anything, use cash. Don't give the credit card and debit card companies any of your money if you can. Go to the bank, take the cash out, and use the cash during that time if you must spend. If you are an essential worker, you got to go to work. That means if you work in the health field, police, fire, EMT, anything that's going to service the community, even a CNA, old folks home, you're going to have to show up, but participate in the economic side of this. Teachers, we know you got to show up too, so show up, but we're going to try our best not to send our kids. That means pull your kids out and take a stand together, y'all. It's going to hurt. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to be kind. It's not going to be a kumbaya.
Meanwhile, in Australia, let me tell you what's going on over here. So while I was looking up posts and reading things about the U.S. blackout, economic blackout, I came across this. There is another separate economic protest going on in Australia, and that one is from December the 10th through December the 17th. Yes, let me say it again. So from the 10th of December to the 17th of December, there is another economic blackout, boycott of, it is exactly the same as the one that originated in the US. It's got the same vibe, the same flow, the same flavor, the same wording, the verbiage, everything. And they are looking at what's happening in the US, and that the movement has already made its way over here to where people are organizing and starting the boycotts over here as well. This is what it said. The post that I read, they say something like this: protest with your wallets. Don't spend anything anywhere. We're not asking, we're shutting it down. That's what it said on the flyers, the post that I saw for the ones in Australia. Yes, the movement has reached over here, all the way over here in Australia. Now, I was already committed to, before I saw that, I was already committed to doing the US boycott. And so let me just say this. I'm not saying yet whether or not I'm going to be participating in the one in Australia, because I think it's good to have a little bit of mystery since everybody watching is not family. And so I'm looking at that to see if whether maybe it might be a possibility. Stay tuned to see if I'm going to announce that or not. But I will also say this. There is nothing that says that you can't do the US boycott and the one in Australia. So if you want to do the US one, this is completely optional. I'm just throwing that out there, because the more we take back our power, the more of it that comes, returns to us, remains with us. And as a nation, Black people, we snatch our power back from the people that took it from us in slavery. Yes, these are the descendants, the people that are running the world right now. These are descendants of the ones who had us in slavery. So the more of our power that we snatch back from them, the better. And so if you would like, if you're feeling like you about that life, there is the boycott that's happening here from December the 10th through December the 17th. So if you want, you can do both of them, or you could, for a few days, do the December the 10th through the 17th. So let's say if you wanted to do one of those days between the 10th and the 17th, you could do that. There's nothing saying that you can't. So you don't have to do the whole 10th through the 17th. You might want to start, you might just do it on the 10th, or you might just do it on the 17th, or you might pick a day in between. But what I'm saying is, the more of us who are boycotting at the same time, the more powerful it is, and the more quickly we snatch our power back. Do you want that? Do you want to do that? This is how it's done. So look and see what's going on and see where the boycotts are happening and see when you can just jump in. You know that jump rope? We used to jump rope, and I would go over to my cousin's house. We would jump rope, and they would turn. There was two different ropes. They would turn it like this, and you had to catch the flow of it. And we would go like this, and then we knew because we would move it. We were moving with the ropes and with our hands, and we would just jump in. We would jump in right at the right time. And when you jump in at the right time, the ropes don't hit you. You're in between them, and you're flowing. So as those ropes are turning, there's a flow to it. You got to catch the flow. And if you jump in at the right time, the ropes don't hit you. You're perfectly in sync with the flow of the ropes, and you're jumping in the middle of them. And it feels amazing. We used to do this all the time. That's what I'm talking about doing. When you see a protest, an economic boycott protest going on anywhere in the world, I have now seen them. The United States, that's where it started. Then I saw Canada. Canada has also joined. Canada's on board. And I also saw Australia. And so you can jump in at any time. Pick one of the days, 2 of the days, all of the days, whatever you can do. Here's another idea. Let's say you're a person that has to work. You might be an essential person, like you might work in healthcare or something like that, that you have to go to work. What you can do is you can join in one of the economic boycotts in another country that's on a day that you do not work. Because since there are so many of them happening at the same time, there is definitely going to be a day that you can join with other people and boycott and protest economically on a day where you don't have to work. That is for sure a possibility. So even if you have to work most of the days, the way that you can still join the protest is don't buy anything. Buy everything that you need prior to that. If you have a travel card or whatever, Metro Pass, whatever you use for travel, load that up before you start the boycott. Have it already loaded up so that whenever you have to travel, it's just coming off the balance that you already have. Things like that. That's what you do to be able to keep the boycott. And that's how you have to be thinking. Let me talk about some other ways to keep it. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. So the Mass Economic Blackout, the boycott that is happening in the United States and has now spread all over the world, but in the US, it is starting from November the 25th through December the 2nd. And it's a global movement to powerfully shut down the economy, to reclaim the black dollar, and to snatch back our power from these corrupt, worldly, oppressive systems. And this is how you do that. No working. If you have a job or a business where you are able to take off work, use your vacation days, however you have to do that, we are encouraging you, if possible, if you have a business, definitely put your business to the side during that time. Make arrangements to handle all your business after that, before or after that. And the same thing with work for those who it is possible. No spending. And we're talking about unnecessary spending. Now, hopefully you have food in your house and you've already prepared for this up until now. But if you have to spend to get groceries, go to a local farmer's market or a local corner store, something that is in your community, preferably Black and brown owned businesses that you can buy from to get you through now until the end of the blackout when things return to normal for us doing our normal buying and shopping and everything. But during this time, no spending. So no shopping trips. We're not buying anything. Put all that on hold. If something comes up, put that to the side. Save that till afterwards. We are not buying anything during this boycott, during this economic blackout. We're going to let them feel the absence of our dollars, and that's going to send them into a crash out. So no restaurants. So we ain't going out to no restaurants. We're not doing no takeout, no delivery, none of that. None of it. We're not doing none of that stuff. No projects. This is a time to be resting. We're still at rest. So rest applies here also. No public events. Don't be paying to go to no concerts or nothing. I don't care who comes to town. Don't be paying to go to nothing, because you are transferring your power, your economic. Every time you go to a concert or an event like that, you are transferring your power, your economic dollar, from out of your life into your enemy's life, they're going to use your power against you through those dollars. No public events. And also no holiday shopping. We are canceling all pagan holidays, and so you shouldn't be buying nothing anyway. You don't even have to buy anything for Feast of Dedication. You can use what's already in your house. And so almost everybody has something in their house that's a candle, a lamp. If you do not have any candles or any twinkle lights or anything like that, use a regular light that's in your house, a light or a lamp, and decorate around the base of the lamp. So let's say you have a table lamp. Decorate around the bottom of the lamp and make it pretty and light. If you don't have anything else, then just write Feast of Dedication on it and draw stars. Okay, so simple, so easy, anybody can do it. There's no reason that you can't celebrate the Feast of Dedication, okay? And also, while we're feasting during the Feast of Dedication, it's meant for you to feast on clean foods. That does not mean you just eat whatever you want. No, you need to be feasting only on clean foods according to the book of Leviticus. So read through there, and let me just give you a hint. If it comes out of the water, it has to have scales and fins. So regular fish that has scales and fins, you can eat that. That's biblical. You can have chicken, turkey, lamb, beef. You can eat those. Fruits, veggies, beans, breads. You can have those. We do not eat pork. Pork is an abomination. We can't eat that. We cannot eat shrimp, crab, lobster, none of that. You can't eat none of scallops. You can't eat none of that. Clams, oysters, if it came out of the water and it does not have scales or fins, we cannot eat it. It will destroy you. Okay? So in the book of Leviticus, it tells you that, but I just ran through the list real quick just to give you an idea of what we can eat and what we cannot eat. So when there's a feast in the Bible and God says, you can feast, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about feasting on clean foods according to the book of Leviticus. Of course, he does not want you to feast on anything abominable. He doesn't even want you to have a bite of or touch anything that is abominable. So he definitely don't want you to feast on any abominations. It has to be a food that God has ordained clean according to the book of Leviticus for us to eat it during one of the Lord's feasts. Okay? Common sense, but it's not, common sense is not so common these days, so I have to go over it. I have to talk about it. So, to recap about the Mass Economic Blackout, how we're doing it: no work, no spending, no restaurants, no projects, no public events, and no holiday shopping. And if you have to buy something because you're running out of it or a personal care item, buy only essential items or food items from local Black or brown businesses. Now, you might have to search out these Black-owned businesses because they may not always be as easy to find with commercials and things like that. But believe me, if you search for them, you will find them. And so that's what we are encouraging to do during this time if you have to get something. And the reason for that is we're not boycotting ourselves. We're boycotting these evil corporations that are against us. So we can trade and get things from our own people if there's something that we need. But in the spirit of the blackout, minimize any purchases that you make. The idea is to not spend anything at this time so that collectively we are on one accord. So do the best you can. Use as much of what you have in your house as possible. If you need to clear out your pantry as far as eating what's in there until after the blackout, do that. Eat everything that you have in your house until after the blackout if you can. And praise the Lord, some of us are fortunate that we can eat out of our pantries. We do not have to go outside, because I already was peeping what was happening in the world these last few years,